Next, we'll hear from Kyle Hartwick.
Good evening, folks. My name is Kyle Hartwick, and I'm a biochemistry and German studies student. I wasn't here last Tuesday. I apologize for that. So I am running for the Environmental and Sustainability Issues Commissioner as an independent. Experience-wise, I've been really involved with the Chemistry Undergrad Society. I spend most of my time giving free help sessions to struggling and, I guess, inquisitive students. I have also held a mandate for my college cabinet in Tonby as an environmental rep once upon a time, and it was successfully. The mandate was successful, I would say. I was able to introduce battery recycling at the college. I held intra-house meetings to analyze the recycling situation and how best to improve it. I also worked with the TCSA environmental commissioner at the time to try and implement the one-ton challenge at OC. Unfortunately, the Liberal government fell, and so did that program. Now, it's sort of interesting because I wonder, having been the environmental rep at OC, making qualified to be the environmental and sustainability issues commissioner on the TCSA, I think that gives me an edge. But at the same time, I think it's also lacking, and this is something I've learned working with the chemistry department and with the undergrad society in chemistry, is that in a college setting, your environmental issues and your sustainability issues tend to be very homogenous, right? You've got, in my case, houses, and you've got a cafeteria, and you've got really the whole recycling issue. It's pretty much a blanket thing. But as I said, like, having helped out at the chemistry department, it made me realize that environmental issues and sustainability issues on campus isn't, I guess, homogenized. It is a campus. It is a, I guess, an aggregate of different, thank you, colleges, of facilities and faculties, and like recycling. I guess my example is what's going on at BAD for recycling isn't necessarily the priority of what's being recycled in the chemistry building or at the DNA complex. Do we look at hazardous materials and how they're disposed of in the science department in the science buildings? Are the materials the same? The answer is no. There's a lot of dangerous things going down the sinks. I don't want to scare anybody. The faculty is doing a really good job about watching that, but I really think they could do better. Also, I'd like to look at implementing an energy audit next year at Trinity University, seeing not where we're consuming energy, but where we're losing it. There's these great little things called light switch timers. You can set them for like an hour, hit them, the lights turn on for an hour, and once the class is done, the lights will turn off. Of course, that's not a reality in labs and in lecture halls where, you know, things go for 3 hours, but it is reality in small seminar rooms where this work is done. Thank you.
Stop you there. Okay, again, I am going to recognize first-time speakers. I see you, but I have you first, please. You with the green headband, please.
I'm a member of Sustainable Trend. I'm just wondering why you never approached the group to work with us.
I'm sorry?
I'm a member of Sustainable Trend.
Yeah.
And I'm just wondering why you've never approached the group to work with us.
To be honest with you, okay, well, I guess the first thing is being involved in these other activities. This was a few years ago. Last year, I went away on a study abroad program, so I wasn't here to get involved. This year, it's really been trying to get back into, I guess, the work of things. Like, studying abroad isn't the same as studying in Canada, and there's a really big difference, and I struggled a lot in my first semester trying to get back and acclimatized. Having said that, I am very willing to work with you next year, and it's something I do plan on doing.
Okay. Question.
I guess all sorts for me. Come on.
Okay, you had your chance. You'll get another one. Thanks. Questions for Kyle?
You mentioned that you're a scientist, is that right?
I'm a science student, not a scientist.
Okay. Well, especially, I know specifically in like the science department, there are specific, there's a lot of waste that's done just because it is necessary. How are you planning to draw the line between academic necessity and environmental best intentions?
that's interesting because often when it comes down to scientific necessity, it's usually the bottom line, which is money. It's not about resources. Having said that, I think it would be very interesting to engage not only the chemistry department, but the biology department and the forensics department into some sort of debate and maybe try and set like a ethical contract saying when really there is a difference in waste, that they will go with the more expensive option if it means the less waste produced.
Okay, thank you, Kyle.